billionaire who believed money could buy him anything. On a flight, he refused to sit next to a black woman. But just seconds later, his life changed forever. It was a New York to Los Angeles flight. The first-class cabin buzzed with activity as passengers found their seats. A tall man in an expensive suit walked in, Richard Harrington, a self-made billionaire, or so he liked to call himself. He carried himself with the kind of pride that looked down on everyone else. A few moments later, a young black woman entered, wearing an elegant blue dress, carrying a worn leather handbag. Her name was Maha. Her smile was warm, but her eyes carried the weight of 1,000 untold stories. Her ticket read, "Seat to be," right next to Richard. Richard glanced at Maya, then at his seat, then called the flight attendant. "Excuse me, is this some kind of joke? You expect me to sit next to her?" The cabin went silent. Maya's face fell for just a moment, but she said nothing. The attendant replied politely, "I'm sorry, sir, seat changes are no longer possible." Richard scoffed. "Then I want to speak to your manager." Passengers stared, some in shock, others in disgust. Maya quietly sat down and turned toward the window. Her hands trembled slightly. No one knew that her journey was not just about reaching Los Angeles. It was about to change the life of the arrogant man beside her. The plane took off. Richard opened his laptop, while Maya pulled out an old diary from her handbag. Inside were photographs, a little girl, a hospital ward, and a small school in the middle of nowhere. Richard glanced at the pictures briefly, then quickly looked back at his screen. Suddenly, the captain's voice came over the intercom. "Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a very special passenger among us." Everyone turned to listen. Miss Maya Johnson, founder of Wings of Hope, an organization that has rescued over 3,000 children from extreme poverty. The cabin erupted in applause. Richard's face went pale. Richard slowly turned to Maya. She met his eyes, calm, but filled with quiet strength. You run that charity?" he asked. Maya smiled gently. "Yes, I started it after my little sister passed away. She never got the medical care she needed." Richard's gaze dropped to the floor. Maya continued, "We help children, no matter their race, no matter their background. Because kindness has no color." Her words cut through Richard's pride like a knife. He thought about his own lonely childhood, the years he had spent chasing wealth, ignoring the pain of others. Tears welled in his eyes. I'm sorry for the way I acted," he whispered. Maya simply nodded, accepting his apology. By the time the plane landed, Richard had made a decision that would change his own legacy. 2 weeks later, Richard donated $10 million to Wings of Hope. And for the first time in years, he felt something money had never bought him: peace. Because sometimes, the richest person in the room is the one with the biggest heart.